What's up guys, welcome back. For those of you that have been asking for something a little bit healthier, I've got just what you need. Today I'm gonna show you how to make a classic from scratch Caesar salad with the perfect grilled chicken. But before we get into the recipe, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. All right, my friends, I'm about to lose some of y'all right off the bat. To get this party started, you gotta start with anchovies. You can use anchovy paste from the store, but we keep these in the house, unfortunately, because my wife likes them on her pizza. So feel free to say mean things about her in the comments. Anchovy breath, things like that. I'll make sure I show her, she'll love that. We're gonna make anchovy paste though. Anchovy is actually found in quite a few things. Caesar dressing, Worcestershire sauce, or worst word in the world sauce as I like to call it. But for this, we're just gonna dice this up real small, make it turn into like a paste. You're gonna keep running your blade across it, kind of smash it a little bit. All right, so pro tip, go ahead and get the anchovy paste from the store because that's a lot of elbow grease you gotta use to break it down like that. But we need a tablespoon of smashed anchovies, chopped anchovies, anchovy paste. All right, so for our dressing, we need about 1 cup of mayonnaise, 5 tablespoons or so of lemon juice, hold the seeds please, which is about 1 juicy large lemon worth of lemon juice. Next up, we're going in with a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. We can get some out of here. There we go. Make me look good. All right. We're also gonna add a teaspoon or so of garlic paste, followed by a couple dashes of worst word in the world sauce, AKA, I fumbled it earlier, don't laugh at me too bad in the comments. A little all-purpose seasoning, or just some salt and pepper. A good 1/2 cup or so of freshly grated Parmesan cheese. Our good friends from earlier, tablespoon of anchovies. Then we're gonna break out the whisk and mix to combine. Now, if you want it thinner, you can add a little olive oil or a little bit more lemon juice, which we probably will because this is looking pretty thick. Like us, because we don't eat enough salads. So I'm gonna say about a tablespoon of olive oil. And again, guys, all the specific measurements and ingredients for this will be listed for you down below. So make sure you check that out. Taste as you go and adjust the flavor to your preference. Make that 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And that is looking like about the right consistency. All right guys, we're gonna make our own croutons from scratch, which is basically just toasted bread. We got some French bread here. We're gonna cut it into little baguettes and then cut those in half. Pop those in the oven with some olive oil and some seasoning. And you got some homemade croutons. All right, there's our bread. We're gonna go ahead and throw that in here real quick. Hit that with some good quality olive oil, some good quality seasoning. Let's give it a good toss, like so. Pop that on a foil lined baking sheet. Make sure they all got a little room. That's going in a 400-degree oven until it's nice and crispy. All right guys, so for our chicken, we're gonna hit it with the original dynamic duo, which is my original all-purpose plus my hot AP. Feel free to use whatever your favorite chicken seasoning is at the house, but you can't go wrong with a little AP. We're gonna flip it over, show the other side the same love and attention. And then we're gonna get this in a hot skillet, a little avocado oil, kiss it on both sides, baste it with some butter, and then finish that in a 400-degree oven. There we go. All right guys, so in a skillet over medium-high heat, we're gonna add a tablespoon or so of avocado oil. I like to use that for any high heat cooking because it has a high smoke point, which means it's not gonna burn up on you as fast as something like olive oil. So once your skillet's nice and hot, we're We're gonna go ahead and add in our chicken breast, presentation side down first. And use the back of our hand to press down to make sure that it's making maximum surface area contact with that skillet, which is gonna ensure a nice even color and sear on our meat. Give this about 2 to 3 minutes per side. We'll flip it over, baste it in a little butter, because why the hell not, and finish her off in the oven. All right, so after you baste the chicken in the butter, chicken's lean, guys. It can hold up to that butter. We're not drinking all that butter. We're just basting it for the health police in the comments. That's going in the 400-degree oven until it hits 165 degrees internal temperature. All right, so the croutons just came out of the oven, nice and crispy. Our romaine lettuce is washed and clean, partially dried, the best we could. I'm gonna give it a nice rough chop. Add it to our mixing bowl. I'm gonna go back through there one more time. That is going in the mixing bowl to get tossed in our homemade Caesar dressing. I'm gonna plate this up with the chicken on the side as opposed to being chopped up in there, because that's how I'm feeling today. Here goes some croutons. We'll save some for plating. All right, so we're doing 2 different styles of parm. We're going with some freshly grated, and then I'm also gonna do some larger shaved pieces for a nicer presentation. It's got a little grated in there. And then here comes that delicious dressing that we made from scratch, nice and easy. You guys can throw that in a mason jar. Keep it in the fridge for a week or so. Let's get in there and give everything a good mix. Make sure that your romaine lettuce is evenly coated in that dressing. The beauty of making this at home is you get to decide how much dressing is the right amount. So for me, I get a little upset when I go out and they short me on the Caesar dressing, or any dressing for that matter. But for me, that looks good. Everything looks like it's got a little dressing on there. It's not swimming in it. It's gonna still be crispy. The dressing is just thick enough to coat the romaine beautifully. That looks like a Caesar salad to me. Got a little shaved parm. We're just gonna plate on there like so. No right or wrong way to do it. All right, guys, so once your chicken hits 165 degrees internal temperature, you wanna allow it to cool for a few minutes. And then we're gonna go ahead and slice it up on a bias, which basically just means at an angle like so, so it looks nice on the plate. You can already tell this is gonna be juicy and delicious. A little hot, probably could have cooled off a little bit longer. And then just for good measure, I'm gonna take just a hit of lemon juice right on top, just to finish things off. Let's do a little juice test, see how we're looking from that perspective. And I'm gonna say that we're looking good. All right, guys, we went ahead and plated this up. This is the part where I say brace yourself for a trademark money shot. Say it with me, guys, looking good. The only thing left to do is dig in here for a taste test. But before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. One last thing I like on my Caesar salad is a little fresh cracked black pepper. So we're gonna add that for good measure. Might as well hit the chicken too, why not? All right, my friends, the only thing left to do is dig in here for the taste test. But before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. There we go, nice crispy lettuce still, perfectly cooked chicken. Let's throw a little crouton on there for good measure. We got the perfect bite.